What if I told you that the one thing holding you back as a coach has absolutely nothing to do with your qualifications, your background, or even your skills? What if it's simply a story? A sneaky little thought that's been running on a loop in the back of your mind. After spending the last 10 years working with well over 15,000 coaches, I've seen it all. And I can promise you, the roadblocks that feel so personal to you are the exact same ones that trip up almost everyone. There are 9 common mistakes, 9 mental traps that slow down growth and limit potential. And the first one is, by far, the most common. It's that quiet, nagging voice that whispers, "You're not good enough. You're not smart enough." It's a feeling that you're a bit of a fraud. Sound familiar? It's a belief many of us carry, whether we're coaches or not. It often sprouts from one of 2 places. Perhaps a figure from your past, a parent, a teacher, someone you looked up to once, planted a seed of doubt that you weren't quite up to snuff. Or, and this is more likely, it's because you're pushing yourself. You're aiming for something brilliant, something just outside your comfort zone. And because it's new territory, it feels daunting. That gap between the person you are right now and the person you're striving to become can feel like a massive chasm, creating that awful feeling of not being enough simply because you haven't been there yet. You look at the skills you need to build, and because you don't have them mastered this very second, your brain tells you, "See, you're not cut out for this." But here's the secret. That gap you're a starting gate. It's mostly an illusion. You're probably standing right on the edge of where you want to be, and the distance is much, much shorter than you imagine. Even the most accomplished people on the planet feel this. Think about it. The celebrated author Maya Angelou, after writing 11 books, admitted she still had moments where she woke up wondering if someone would finally find her out and expose her as a fraud. If she could feel that, so can you. The real challenge isn't the feeling of self-doubt itself. It's about having a system to manage it and keep moving forward. Because if you let it, that doubt will sabotage your entire coaching career, stopping you from fulfilling your real purpose. So, what can you actually do about it? Here are 3 simple shifts. First, remind yourself that coaching is not about you. It's not your show. It's about getting a result for your client. The moment you stop shining the spotlight on yourself and worrying, "Am I capable enough?" and instead turn it onto your client, asking, "Are they capable of change?" everything gets easier. You start to see the potential in them. And isn't that the very heart of coaching? Trusting that your client is the true expert on their own life. You wouldn't let someone else claim to be the expert on your life, would you? You're the only one who knows your own feelings, your own history. Your clients are exactly the same. They are the experts of their own lives. You are not there to have all the answers. You are there to be a guide, a mirror, helping them navigate the forests of their own confusion. You are a facilitator of their change. They are the reason for it. They just need to be good enough for themselves. And trust me, they are. Second, create a success folder. Some might call it a brag file. It's a digital folder, or even a physical one, where you keep a list of every single bit of positive feedback you've ever received. Testimonials, kind comments, messages from friends or family sharing how you've made a difference in their lives. The reason this works is that on those days when the doubt creeps in, you can open it up and instantly remind yourself of the genuine impact you've had. It's a powerful way to ground yourself in reality, not in fear. I have a daily practice of reading just one positive story or testimonial about my work every single day. It isn't about being narcissistic. It's about empowerment. It gives me the certainty I need to show up fully for the people I serve. When you have that evidence at your fingertips, you can question the doubt and lean into belief. And that brings me to the third, and possibly most powerful tool of all. Just coach more. The reason you doubt yourself is because you lack hard evidence that you're a great coach. And the only way to get that evidence is by coaching. If you dedicate just a few hours every week to actually helping people, you will start to see undeniable proof that you are good at this. You'll see the shifts in your clients. You'll feel the impact you're making. And that evidence is impossible to ignore. It's like me holding a pen in my hand right now. You can see it, so you believe it's there. When you see your coaching work, you'll believe in yourself. And someone who truly believes in themselves doesn't have time for doubt. Now, the second big mistake that stops coaches in their tracks is the belief that they do you won't have the right confidence, skills, or education. This is the perfectionist's trap. We want to look good, to present a flawless version of ourselves to the world. So we old buck. We tell ourselves, I just need one more certification, or I'll be ready after I take that course. We're terrified of being judged. So even when you've got the certificate, even when you're getting amazing results with friends or family, you hesitate to put yourself out there properly. But here is what I've seen in the most wildly successful coaches. They get some formal education, sure, but their real learning comes from lived experience. The confidence in your coaching doesn't come from a textbook. It comes from doing the work. So how do you break free from this cycle? The first step is a bit of a hard pill to swallow. You have to start before you're ready. Here's how it works. When you start, you take some form of action. That action generates feedback. That feedback becomes a lesson, which in turn builds your confidence. With more confidence, you have more belief in yourself, which leads you to take even more action. You're kickstarting a powerful cycle of competence and confidence. There is no other way to begin. You can't start with feedback without taking action first. You can't just tell yourself you're confident and expect it to last. The only way in is to take that first, small, imperfect action. Decide today what that one small action will be. Because once you start that loop, you'll find the confidence you've been looking for. But there's a crucial bit here. The most successful coaches see all feedback as learning, never as criticism. You can look at a comment and let it crush you, or you can look at it as valuable information to help you grow. I urge you, from now on, see every piece of feedback as a lesson. And remember, you were drawn to coaching for a reason. It's a calling. It comes to people who have lived through certain experiences and learned something unique and powerful along the way. The fact that you're even listening to this tells me you have that calling. You've already got a wealth of experience. You don't need another program. You need action, so you can validate the life you've already lived and see just how useful your journey has been. The third mistake is the classic, I'll start tomorrow. Let's be honest with ourselves. When you say you'll start tomorrow, what's really happening is that your fear of failure or your fear of rejection is wearing a clever disguise called procrastination. How many times have you put something off until tomorrow? And isn't it always the things that scare you just a little bit? You're waiting for the perfect day, the perfect moment, but that day never comes. When you're truly passionate about something, you don't wait. You just start. So, if you've been waiting, it's probably because you're scared. The first step to getting over any fear is to admit it's there. What are you actually afraid of? Whose judgment are you worried about? Be honest with yourself. Once you name the fear, you can tackle it. The way to beat procrastination is to make a plan. A plan takes an idea out of your head, where tomorrow can last forever, and puts it into the real world. A plan says, today, at this time, I do this. It keeps you in motion. To get over that feeling, here's what you can do right now. First, make a 24-hour plan. Forget the grand, long-term vision for a moment. Just focus on what you'll get done in the next 24 hours. Write down a list of actions. Make a post. Reach out to a potential client. Design your package. The immediacy of it forces you into action and builds momentum. Next, use the 2-minute rule. As you start working through your plan, if you feel yourself starting to drift, just commit to doing the task for only 2 minutes. That's it. Our brains are wired to want to finish what we start. It's the same trick streaming services use. An episode ends, and before you can even think, a countdown starts for the next one. They know that once you're a few minutes in, you're hooked. You can use that same psychological trick in your own favor. Watching another series might be fun, but it won't build your dream. Applying the 2-minute rule just might. Finally, create accountability. Find a community, whether it's a group of fellow coaches or just a few trusted friends, and announce what you're going to do. Studies have shown that around 70% of people are more likely to finish a task if they know someone else is holding them accountable. We're not all built for self-accountability, so why not use that to our advantage? Announce your commitment. Ask them to check in on you. If you don't have a group like that, hire a coach. Invest in your own accountability. With that in place, you're far more likely to see things through. Another huge reason coaches get stuck is because they think, if I'm struggling with something myself, how can I possibly help someone else with it? If I'm worried about money, how can I be a financial coach? If my relationship isn't perfect, how can I be a relationship coach? It sounds like a fair point, until you really think about it. When Picasso started painting, do you think he waited until he had the vision for the Mona Lisa fully formed in his head? No, he painted and painted until he got there. Not every piece was a masterpiece, but that didn't stop him from working as an artist. Coaching is an art form. Your struggles don't disqualify you. They give you perspective. Would you rather hire a relationship coach who has had a perfect fairy tale romance their whole life, or one who has struggled, learned, and navigated the messy reality of it all? The second one actually gets what you're going through. Your struggles are a qualification, not a disqualifier. We also have to stop comparing. You might look at another coach and see their online presence, their success stories, and feel small. But someone else's success doesn't make you a failure. A business that makes £10 million is a failure just because another business made 100 million. They both bring unique value. We also think life works in straight line stat. If you coach on career, you only affect someone's career. But that's not how people work. Life is interconnected. I've been business coaching for years, and people often tell me their relationship with their partner is transformed. We never even talked about it. It's because when one area of life improves, it positively affects all the others. Your impact is never limited to just one box. The truth is, we all have the same problems. They just show up at different levels. I've coached top athletes, celebrities, and billionaires. They all doubt themselves. They all seek clarity. They all want more meaningful relationships. The person who is drawn to work with you is likely struggling with the same core problem as you, just in a different context. They're not looking at your bank account or your CV. They're tuning into your energy and asking, is this the right person to help me? So, own your journey. Be honest about it. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to stay curious, stay present, and share the perspective you have right now. Remember, you're not a mentor who provides all the answers. You're a coach who asks the right questions. Then there's the big one. What will people think? This fear of public judgment, especially from friends and family, can be paralyzing. But I want to offer a new perspective. When someone judges you harshly, is it really about you? Or is it that they see you chasing a dream they never had the courage to pursue themselves? I have never been judged for my failures by another successful entrepreneur. I've never been judged for my coaching by another successful coach. The people who have made the journey understand the struggle. They offer support, not judgment. The judgment often comes from those who feel left behind by your courage. So, next time you worry about what people will think, ask yourself a different set of questions. What if I could really help someone? What if this thing I do could support a person through a difficult time? What if, just for today, I chose my own ambition over someone else's opinion? Listen to the answers to those questions. Judgment is going to happen anyway if you're doing something bold. You don't have to fear it. Just acknowledge it and move on. The people who matter will support you, and if they don't, you may have to ask yourself if they are the right people to have on your journey. This leads to the excuse of age or experience. I'm too old, I'm too young. Let me be clear, in all my years of coaching, I can count on one hand the number of times a client has asked me my age. People don't care how old you are, they care if you can help them. Trust is the currency, not your date of birth. If you can build trust and show them you can create a transformation, your age becomes completely irrelevant. The key is to find your lane. If you're a younger coach, perhaps you focus on helping people in their 20s and 30s navigate career changes or build self-confidence. If you're an older coach, you have a wealth of life experience to draw on when coaching people on relationships, legacy, or spirituality. There are more than enough clients for everyone. If you still feel that lack of experience is holding you back, then go and build your partner with a more experienced coach and work as their apprentice. Offer free coaching for a limited time in exchange for powerful testimonials, or get a quality certification that gives you a validated methodology and a chance to practice with your peers. Once you have tangible proof of your ability to get results, the idea that your age is a barrier will simply fade away. Next up is the myth that there are too many coaches in the world. You go online and it feels like everyone is a coach. but you're living in a social media bubble. The algorithms are designed to show you more of what you already like. If you watch a video about coaching, it will show you 10 more. That doesn't mean the world is saturated. It just means your feed is the reality. There are roughly 8 billion people on this planet. Even if there were 1 million active coaches, which there aren't, it would be a tiny drop in the ocean. There is a huge and growing need for good coaches. The trick is not to compete, but to differentiate. Don't just copy what another successful coach is doing. Your unique story, your unique perspective, is your greatest asset. And find your a niche isn't a broad category like wellness. A micro-niche is incredibly specific. For example, instead of being a general spa consultant, you could be a consultant for Ayurvedic wellness resorts in the United States. Suddenly, you've gone from a market of thousands to a market of a handful, a market you can easily dominate. There are enough fitness trainers and therapists in the world, and they all manage to build successful careers. The coaching market isn't even close to being that crowded. You are perfectly positioned for success. Another common mistake is thinking, I must quit my day job to be a successful coach. While quitting your job might feel like a bold, committed move, it's often not the smartest one. Coaching, like any new business, takes time to build. It takes time to find your ideal client, get feedback, and build a reputation. Quitting your job too soon puts your back against the wall financially, and that pressure can lead you to give up altogether. The smarter path is to start your coaching career while you still have your job. Treat it as a supplemental income, not your main one. A good rule of thumb is to aim to match your current salary with your coaching income for a solid period, say around 18 months, before you even think about handing in your notice. You also want to have a clear plan for future Clanza waiting list. A series of ledzo. You know you have at least 6 months of security lined up. You're not just abandoning one ship. You're building a brand new, sturdy one before you make the leap. It's not about being less serious. It's about being strategic. Finally, we come to the 9th mistake. Comparing yourself to other people. I've been guilty of it, and I'm sure you have too. We look at what someone else is doing, their marketing, their presentation, and we immediately measure ourselves against them. But here's the problem with that. You're not comparing yourself to a real person. You're comparing your everyday behind-the-scenes life to their carefully curated highlight reel. You see the polished final video, not the 10 frustrating takes it took to get it right. You see the successful launch, not the sleepless nights that went into it. It's like comparing your real life to an actor's performance in a superhero film. They're not really a superhero, they're just playing a role. The reason we compare is that we haven't set our own standards for success. When you don't define your own finish line, you start running in someone else's race, and you'll always feel like you're behind. Have you ever watched a 100-meter sprint? The runners are looking straight ahead, focused on their own lane. The moment you start looking at the person next to you, you've already lost. You don't want their life, you just want parts of it. And life doesn't work that way. So my invitation to you is this. Set your own standards. Define what success looks like for you on your own terms, and then chase that. You'll stop comparing and start appreciating just how far you've come. You might have noticed that all 9 of these mistakes are just that. Mistakes in our thinking. They are mental models, stories we tell ourselves. And if they're just stories, there must be a way to write a new one. There is a single countermove that works for all of them. A master key that unlocks every single one of these traps, and that is simply to take action. Movement, even a tiny step in any direction, is enough to silence the chatter in your head and give you real-world feedback to work with. You've done the mental work by listening to this. Now, it's time to put it into practice. Ask yourself, what is one small action you can take right now? If you're wondering where to start with one client. If you're worried you'll fail, then go and fail. Because every failure is just a lesson in disguise. Every single mental block that has held you back until this moment can be dismantled by action. Take action, even when it's scary. Take action, even when it feels foolish. Because action creates feedback. Feedback builds competence, and competence builds the unstoppable confidence that will fuel your entire journey. Your time is coming. Keep believing. Keep fighting. Don't just watch. Go out and prove them wrong. Thank you for being part of the journey. If you liked it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.